Bryce Laspisa wasn't your run-of-the-mill teenager. While he indulged in marathon gaming sessions and poured his soul into his artistic endeavors, there was an undeniable magnetism about him, a charm that effortlessly captivated those around him. Born in 1994, Bryce was the only child of Karen and Michael Laspisa, growing up amidst the serene normalcy of Springfield, Illinois. But life had a different plan in store for the Laspisa family. Yearning for the sun-drenched allure of California, Bryce's parents made the bold decision to pursue the California dream. So upon Bryce's high school graduation in 2012, the Laspisas packed their belongings and embarked on a journey westward, eventually settling in the idyllic coastal enclave of Laguna Niguel, nestled in the heart of Orange County. Yet this relocation was more than just a change of scenery. It was also a jumping-off point for Bryce's college career. Despite the distance, a 7-hour trip by car from his parents' home in Orange County, he remained steadfast in his pursuit of education, opting to attend Sierra College, a prestigious institution renowned for nurturing budding artists. Bryce's determination remained unshaken as he enrolled in the graphic and industrial design program, eager to chase his artistic aspirations. Initially, Bryce's freshman year at Sierra College appeared to unfold with ease. He forged a strong bond with his roommate, Sean Dixon, a kindred spirit who shared his passion for gaming. Additionally, Bryce found companionship in Kim Sly, a fellow student whose presence added a dash of romance to his college experience. Yet, beneath the veneer of normalcy, lurked a troubling turn of events that would leave a community wondering what happened, and a family reeling from the loss of their son. Join us on Fireside Unsolved, episode 64, as we plunge into the perplexing case of Bryce Laspisa's unsolved disappearance. As the 2013 fall semester was quickly approaching, the carefree summer before his sophomore year took a dark turn for Bryce. Those closest to him noticed a sharp shift in his behavior. He began drinking heavily, downing hard liquor daily, and polishing off entire fifths by himself on weekends. To top it off, Sean and Kim suspected Bryce was abusing Vyvanse, a prescription ADHD medication, to stay awake for extended gaming and drinking sessions. Despite these red flags, Bryce presented a normal facade to his mom. After attending classes on August 26, 2013, he even called Karen to express his love. From her perspective, the conversation was perfectly natural. Bryce seemed excited about the new semester, and to her, nothing seemed amiss. However, at college, a different story was unfolding. Those around Bryce witnessed another disturbing escalation in his already odd behavior. He abruptly ended his relationship with his girlfriend Kim via a text message, claiming she'd be better off without him. Sean, his roommate, received an equally perplexing text, professing undying love and proclaiming Sean the best person Bryce had ever met. "I love you, bro, seriously. You are the best person I've ever met. You saved my soul." The sentiment was further underscored by the sudden gifting of Bryce's Xbox and a pair of diamond earrings to Sean. These actions painted a troubling picture of Bryce's mental state at the time, a stark contrast to the normalcy he presented to his mother. By August 28, 2013, Bryce's behavior had reached a breaking point. Along with his steadily increasing erratic behavior, Bryce was using his Vyvanse prescription recreationally, to the extent he had been awake for 2 to 3 days straight by this point. Bryce's roommate, Sean, made the decision to call Bryce's mom, Karen, because he was concerned about him and didn't know what else to do. After Sean contacted her, Karen Laspisa, Bryce's mother, called Bryce to check in on him. When they spoke, he was at Kim's house fighting over the keys to his car. Kim had taken them away from him, as she didn't think he should be driving based on his unusual behavior she was observing. Bryce claimed she was just upset because he broke up with her. Ultimately, Karen convinced Kim to give Bryce back his keys so he could go back to school and get some sleep. While his mother offered to fly to see him the following day, Bryce told her not to make any plans yet, until they had a chance to talk. Karen recalled this part of their conversation, saying, "I said, Bryce, I'm worried. Let me come up there tomorrow. Let me fly up there tomorrow." And he says, "Mom, no. Don't make any airline reservations until I talk to you because I have a lot to talk to you about." After departing Kim's residence on August 28, 2013, at 11:30 p.m., Bryce was expected to return to his apartment near the Sierra College campus. However, the situation took a perplexing turn when Bryce's mother, Karen, missed a call from him at 1 a.m. Subsequent phone records revealed that Bryce was actually located an hour's drive past his apartment when he made the call. The following morning, around 11 a.m., Bryce's parents, Karen and Michael, were startled to receive a notification indicating that Bryce had utilized their insurance's roadside assistance at a gas station in Buttonwillow, California, a location roughly 3 hours away from their Orange County residence. They assumed Bryce was en route to the family home and had run into some car trouble. As hours elapsed without Bryce's arrival, Karen and Michael grew increasingly anxious. They took proactive steps, contacting the owner of Castro Tire and Gas, where the roadside assistance had been employed. Christian, the owner, recounted his interaction with Bryce, revealing that he had provided the teenager with 3 gallons of gasoline at 9 a.m. that morning. Strangely, Bryce remained seated in his vehicle on the side of the road during Christian's assistance with the gas. His parents were alarmed by this peculiar behavior, and with still no sign of Bryce at home, Christian offered to return to the area where he had encountered Bryce. Astonishingly, Bryce was still present, seemingly unmoved from his spot hours later. When Christian facilitated communication between Bryce and his parents, Bryce offered no explanation for his prolonged delay, but agreed to resume his journey and drive directly to their home. As the clock struck 3 p.m. and Bryce still had failed to return home, Karen and Michael took decisive action, filing a missing persons report with the Orange County Sheriff's Department. Swift police intervention led to the discovery of Bryce a mere 8 miles from where he had received assistance from Christian. Despite the alarming and peculiar circumstances, Bryce exhibited no signs of intoxication, and a thorough search of his vehicle yielded no evidence of drugs or alcohol. Passing a roadside sobriety test, Bryce's demeanor remained strange as he hesitated to engage with his concerned parents during another phone call, this one facilitated by the police. When questioned about his activities, Bryce cryptically replied with he was blowing off steam, leaving his parents worried, confused, and grasping for answers. In a bid to ensure Bryce's safety, Karen reached out to Christian once more, imploring him to locate her son and guide him onto the highway. Christian arrived at Bryce's location around 8 p.m., nearly 13 hours after their initial encounter. Astonishingly, Bryce had remained stationary at this spot for almost 11 hours, casting a shadow of bewilderment over the unfolding events. With Christian's assistance, Bryce finally resumed his journey, albeit under the watchful eye of the mechanic who trailed him for approximately 10 miles, ensuring his safe passage onto the freeway. However, the respite from concern was short-lived. At 2:09 a.m., Bryce reached out to his parents, expressing fatigue and an intention to pull over for a nap at a rest stop. Little did they know, this would mark the final communication from Bryce, plunging them into uncertainty and a fear for their son's safety. When the sun rose that morning, and in a devastating turn of events, police notified Karen and Michael that Bryce's car had been found at the bottom of a 25-foot embankment near Castaic Lake. However, Bryce was nowhere to be found inside the vehicle. The rear windshield showed signs of forced breakage, leading authorities to surmise that Bryce had escaped from the wreckage. Tragically, tire tracks suggested that the crash may have been intentional. Subsequent investigations revealed a chilling sequence of events. Bloodhounds traced Bryce's scent to a nearby truck stop, where he had seemingly walked from the crash site, leaving behind crucial belongings including his wallet, phone, and laptop. Surveillance footage contradicted Bryce's earlier claim of intending to pull over for rest, instead showing him driving towards the lake after his 2 a.m. phone conversation with his mother. A haunting gap in the timeline emerged, with Bryce captured on camera driving up a hill at 2:15 a.m. and then again at 4:29 a.m., leaving over a 2-hour period unaccounted for. Despite exhaustive search efforts, including the use of cadaver dogs and divers scouring the lake, Bryce remained missing. In the absence of concrete answers, a multitude of theories have emerged, many suggesting Bryce may have been experiencing a mental health crisis. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, Karen and Michael Laspisa refused to relinquish hope of uncovering the truth about their son's fate. They maintain an active Facebook page, sharing updates and tirelessly advocating to keep Bryce's story alive in the hopes that someday, the mystery surrounding his disappearance will be resolved. If anyone has any information about Bryce or his whereabouts, please don't hesitate to visit the Facebook group Find Bryce Laspisa or call 949-292-4400. Your assistance could be crucial in helping to bring closure to this mystery. As we conclude this episode of Fireside Unsolved, The lingering mysteries of Bryce Laspisa's disappearance cast a haunting shadow over our thoughts. The eerie whispers of unanswered questions persist, echoing through the corridors of our minds long after the final words have faded. But as we close this chapter, let's not forget the unsettling truth that some mysteries defy resolution, slipping through the cracks of our understanding like phantoms in the night. In the darkness of uncertainty, even as we acknowledge the ominous allure of the unknown, we find glimmers of light in the shared pursuit of truth. Until next time, we'll be here, Fireside.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fireside Unsolved. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. Until next time, take it easy and be easy, you filthy bastards.